The opinions expressed in the Brothers-in-Law show are for informational purposes only and are not a substitute for personal professional legal advice.
Thanks for tuning in to Brothers-in-Law on Go Country 105. I'm Larry Mandel.
And I'm Rob Mandel.
And we've been trial attorneys here in Los Angeles for over 40 years.
On our show, we will discuss current events, talk about legal issues, and have some very entertaining guests stop by. So stay tuned every week for Brothers-in-Law right here on Go Country 105.
Hello, everyone, and I'm Rob Mandel.
And I'm Larry Mandel.
And welcome to another episode of Brothers-in-Law Zoom Edition. And we want to thank all of you for tuning in, and a big shout out to Debbie the Mortgage Mom for all her valuable information. We do love coming right after her.
That's right, Rob. Hey, before we welcome our special guest today, we've been asking our listeners to call in and nominate a local person or group going above and beyond for their community. You know,
That's right.
Yeah. And we've gotten a great response, a tremendous response. And our producer, Cam, has a message we're going to call and thank them properly. We'll also present them with a little token of our gratitude. And so let's take a listen.
We can prevent that too if you want.
No, we don't want to prevent that. Yeah. So let's take a listen to the message we received.
All right.
I would like to nominate Aspire Counseling Service in Simi Valley, California. They have not closed their doors for addicts or for mental health. They've been over and beyond amazing. I am a member of the mental health, and my husband is actually a member of the addiction side. And we've also suffered a loss yesterday and it's just brought us all so close together. But they've done an amazing job with helping everybody through this pandemic. I'd love to speak to you further regarding them. My name is Dot Nelson. Thank you so much. Look forward to hearing from you.
Wow. Thank you,
All
Dot.
right.
Yeah, that was great.
And so producer Cam, do we have the folks from Aspire Counseling Services on the line?
Yes, I have Jesse and John, the directors of Aspiring Counseling Service, on the line. Say hello, guys.
Hey, how's everybody doing? Hey there, how you guys?
Hey,
guys.
John. Jesse.
You're on the air with the Brothers-in-Law.
Welcome to our show.
Couldn't think of a better place to be.
There you go.
All right. So listen, your friend Dot has nominated your services as going above and beyond in our community. And we just want to say thank you for keeping your doors open to those in need, even during this crazy pandemic.
Well, you bet. We wouldn't think otherwise. It's not even a question for us, particularly during COVID-19, with the quarantine orders. People with mental illness and substance use disorder challenges are really struggling right now. And so we feel it's our moral obligation to keep our doors open for people that are struggling. And, the real heroes are our clients and our staff. They're really the ones that keep this thing moving and giving a benefit to the community. And it's really our pleasure to be here and certainly to be recognized by the community is a true honor.
Well, thank you.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Blessing.
Well, thank you guys. And you guys are our true heroes also. And we want, as a result of that, we want to show our gratitude and buy lunch for all you at your group.
Right. Well, we're going to send lunch over for everybody over there.
That sounds great. Free food is always good.
Yeah.
There you go.
And well deserved.
Hey, thank you so much. Yeah, thank you.
So, Jesse, please tell our listeners if they need any of your services, how they can find your help for your establishment?
Absolutely. I'm going to give you a couple of ways you can find us. Our first way is through phone number 805-329-5180. Again, 805-329-5180. You can also find us on the web at aspirecounselingservice.com. And it's going to have all of our locations up there. You can also reach out.
Facebook, this is John, Facebook and Instagram, Aspire Counseling Services, Simi Valley.
And our programs pretty much entail and encompass the full range of mental health and substance use disorder services, outpatient partial day treatment, individual counseling. If we can't help you, we certainly will find somebody who can. So we're well connected in the community, and we're always looking for the right fit. So if you're struggling with any mental health challenges, whether adjusting to a new job, whether it's true mental illness, or whether you're struggling from substance use challenges, we're always here for you. And give us a ring, reach out, and we'd love to hear from you.
Fantastic, guys.
Excellent.
And so you guys, you're based there in Simi. Are you serving the greater Ventura County area, part of the Valley? What are we talking about?
Correct.
We serve the Ventura County. We have people coming from Ventura. We have people coming from Santa Clarita Valley, San Fernando Valley.
Wonderful. All right. Well, thank you again for the work you're doing, and we hope you enjoy lunch.
Located hub, so we get people from the Valley, from Thousand Oaks, Moore Parks, Fillmore, Santa Paula, Ventura, Camarillo, Agora, pretty much all over. Although the bulk of our clients are right here in Simi Valley.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, John and Jesse.
Thank you, guys. Have a great day.
Hey, you guys too. Enjoy.
Hey, so Rob, we have two special guests today.
We do?
Yeah.
And who are we talking about?
Well, we're talking about Ashton, Bingham, and Art Kulik.
All right. And these are the Trilogy Media's CEOs who are out there busting scams. And,
Scam busters.
And have a big show on YouTube with 18 million plus views. Welcome to our show, guys.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having us.
Yeah, it's a pleasure.
And so happy to have you because, we live in this era of scams, don't we? Robocalls and texts and emails and, online ads. We're all susceptible to this stuff, aren't we?
Yes, we are. The more we get in a digital world, the deeper we go with new cell phones, new computers. There is always ways to.
We're always finding a way to develop it, to make it more sophisticated, make it more terrifying for those that don't know any better, and it's awful. So what we do is try to adapt faster than they do, and try to keep track of it, and just continue to entertain and expose as much as we can.
Wonderful. And I take it the pandemic is no exception, right? There's people who are going to take advantage of any situation, no matter how terrible.
They absolutely love a crisis, and they will do anything they can to capitalize on it. Anything that has anything to do with fear, they will push that to the nth degree, and this is definitely no exception. We are already dealing with tons of stuff, just preying on the sick, preying on the old, trying to convince them that they're going to get help, and really they're just trying to take them for everything they have.
A lot of people... I'm sorry, no, I was trying to say that a lot of people are waiting for those stimulus checks, right? And scammers know that how people this is the only money that people have, and they embrace that hey, we're going to email you, we're going to give you money. It's this money, claim it now. But you have to go get some Google cards, you have to do this, they're always finding a way.
So that's one of the current COVID scams. What are the other ones that are happening right now?
Well, we work primarily in ones that we can access, at least especially now with the pandemic, here from our office, from our headquarters, which has mostly to do with emails and phone calls. So we're very in tune to the ones that come in with robocalls, either saying that you are due stimulus money or you're qualified for relief funds. Call us back for details, or emails. And I was just telling you guys off air, we're going back and forth via email right now with a COVID-19 scammer that's trying to get money from us, promising £850,000 in relief funds, which is absolutely ridiculous.
$1 million, right?
$1 million, just like, if you need it, I have it.
No big
Just
deal.
please claim it.
Just randomly selected, right? So, but we're also trying to stay in tune to the news and what's going on, reading a lot of reports about even people showing up at people's houses with masks or promises of funds if you just give them your information.
Wow.
Changing every day, and it's terrifying, and you got to be so careful now, especially if you are the one being contacted. If you have questions, you should reach out to whatever department it is that you have questions for and make sure you're talking to the real legit version of it.
Or at least talk to the family and neighbors and try to before they're very pushy. They definitely gonna put you in the corner and gonna make you believe that you have to do it now or you're not gonna get your money. So it's just like, it's good to step back, think about it, call your family, your friends, or the department that they're claiming to be.
We're Larry and Rob Mandel, the brothers-in-law, here on Go Country 105. Do you have a legal issue you need help with? We want to hear from you.
Find us on Instagram and send us a message. Then tune in on Saturdays at 8 a.m. right here on Go Country 105.
Do you need help feeding your family right now? We all know that schools are closed, and some kids rely on free or reduced price meals at school. Visit fns.usda.gov/meals4kids to find a grab-and-go meal center near you. They are offering 2 grab-and-go meals for kids. Again, please visit www.fns.usda.gov/meals4kids. 4 is the number 4. And let's make sure all the kids are fed.
What else can they do other than reaching out to family and friends and getting basically a second opinion?
Staying educated on what's happening, especially keeping our elderly aware of the different ways that they'll be contacted, and it goes so far beyond the COVID-19 is just the topic of the day right now, but they're never going to stop. It's been around for a while. They're always changing, whether they're claiming to be the IRS, the Social Security Department, and a big one right now is them pretending to be Apple or Windows, Microsoft. They'll get a message on your computer that says you have a virus and call this number. So anytime that you are contacted about something, take a pause, try to educate yourself on what's happening nowadays. And then if you got a message from Microsoft, ignore it and call Microsoft. Google the number to Microsoft. Don't call the number they tell you to call. Be very careful about that if they're reaching out to you, because there's a very good chance, especially because the IRS and the Social Security Office and Microsoft don't call you.
Yeah.
So
do your research first.
They don't call you. You call them and wait on the line for
them. And unfortunately, one more scam that is a big deal right now, it's Amazon scam. Since nowadays we're all shopping online, right? With everything what's happening in the world.
Yeah.
The numbers, the amount of phone calls that we're receiving, right, on our end, we Amazon. Somebody, they pretending that somebody...
Fraudulent charges. Call us back so we can refund you, that kind of stuff.
Did you shop in state of Texas for Nike, $79? Did you purchase that? No. Okay, let me reimburse that money to your card. What is the card number? Yeah. So this is just, they're very sneaky, very smart, but you know what? There is always going to be a community, which we're happy to have Trilogy Media community who giving us ability to do this every single day, bring awareness, finding different, it's like Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson. I call my brother, let's go, there is new scam. Let's figure it out. What they want from us.
Scam busters.
Scam busters. Who are you going to call? Scam busters.
So guys, you got this big show, 18 million plus views. But for the 3 or 4 people who haven't seen this channel yet, tell us what you do. What is the process that you guys go through in order to do what you do?
The first thing we say that we do, because we do lots of stuff and we have the best community on the internet, but we expose scams, we call scammers, we waste their time. We entertain, we try to make it fun while we do it. But the bigger reason is because we want the scam to play out on the phone while people are watching. So they can see that, they can see the triggers, they can see the fear mongering that the scammers do. They can see what to look out for and educate themselves on how these scams actually work. But we're also entertainers and filmmakers at heart. So we wear wigs, we do voice changers, we have characters, we get a little vulgar sometimes, and when it comes when it comes to confrontation, we really give it to them, and there's something vengeful about it for those that like to live vicariously through it. So it's a positive place. We don't talk about religion or politics on our channel. We're here to focus on one thing that everyone can agree on, which is scammers suck, and we're here to hopefully do something about it.
We don't like bullies. We always, again, we're here to unite, not to divide, and that's why we created this positive bubble. We kind to each other, we help each other, we're having some fun. We're like impractical jokers online, having different characters. Russian mafia, when scammer is vulgar and he's proud that he's a scammer, I put gold chain on and I beat the crap out of him, like verbally, and tell him that he's doing wrong. But also, doing this for 3 years, and like my brother said, we are regionally filmmakers, documentaries and stuff. We saved 2 scammers who said, guys, we need help. We end up being in the wrong time, in the wrong place. I'm 21. I need to support my family. There is no jobs. I stuck in this mud. I'm not a bad person. I need something. And in 3 years, we never asked any help from our community, Scam Beta community, Trilogy Media. And we started to GoFundMe for 2 these ex-scammers. We moved them to different cities and started business for them. And
on the promise that they would return information. So we actually had the opportunity to do multiple Skype interviews with these guys. And they were very vulnerable to show their face and go through that and trusting us. And we promised them confidentiality and help to change their life if they return the favor and provide really intimate details about how their scam works.
How do they get the numbers of us Americans?
So they've answered a lot of questions that a lot of people have, and it's been a wonderful opportunity to educate and help change a life that deserves a second chance.
I got to say that was brilliant.
Yeah, you talk about helping these rehab really these scammers who were truly going down a bad path. But what about involving law enforcement? Do any of the scammers that you deal with ultimately have to face the consequences?
That's of course what we want, and it's always good to read a news article when a call center was busted. But both of those scammers, that are ex-scammers we have relationships with, have explained in detail how not all of law enforcement out there, but a good chunk of it is in on this. Like they are paid off to look the other way. And so and their bosses of the call centers have deals with law enforcement to,
He said that everybody is getting a cut. Police officers, politicians, and scammers, ex-scammers saying guys, you won't believe there is a call center of 1,000 people who have double shift during the day and during the night. And they constantly calling us, and that's why, report by RoboKiller, last year we received as Americans, we received 2.1 billion fake phone calls, right, or scam phone calls. Wow. And basically he said, guys, it's multi-billion company. We have to turn our cell phones. We're not allowed to use cell phones at work. We go to call center. Police is protecting us. Politicians are protecting us because most of the people on the payroll. That's why we can stay in this call center for 5 years. They move locations, they rent another building, and it's just everybody go to work like it's a manufacturing.
Wow.
Have you suffered or been injured by someone else's negligence? When you need a legal team that will stand up for what is right, won't give up the fight and obtain justice, call 818-886-6600. Mandel Trial Lawyers specializes in personal injury cases of all types. Whether it's a car accident, product or premises liability, dog bite, or a catastrophic injury, Mandel Trial Lawyers are there for you when the fight is worth it. Call now for your free consultation. 818-886-6600. Let the scales of justice tip in your favor.
Hey folks, do you want to volunteer to help out during the crisis? The Red Cross still needs volunteers in a variety of capacities during COVID-19. Volunteer opportunities include supporting blood donations and delivering much-needed services to your community. They even have a wide variety of remote work-from-home opportunities available. Go to redcross.org/volunteer to sign up. That's redcross.org/volunteer.
Hey, if you missed any part of this show or you just want to hear it again, go to brothersonlaw.com for all of our previous shows and all things Brothers on Law.
Is this happening in the USA or in foreign countries or where?
All of it.
Everywhere.
The ones we deal with primarily tend to be from India because those are the ones that usually the robocalls come from. But we also deal a lot with the email scams. They send, like I said about the COVID-19 thing, they fake lotteries, all that stuff. Those can be in many different countries. A lot of them tend to be in Africa. But then there's also domestic scams.
A lot of domestic scams as well.
And those aren't quite as frequent because they're a little harder to find remotely, but they're there. And we always love doing collaborations with other YouTubers that are also have different skills that we're working with to expose. So we're looking for whatever we can, and it just tends to most often be the robocall scams because there's just so freaking many of them.
So many,
and you'll never run out.
I don't.
Guys. So how do we if law enforcement isn't the direct route, how do we shut them down? I mean, obviously education like you guys are doing, which is fantastic. How else do we shut them down?
I'm going to give you one example. Again, having our own investigation on a free will as a community, right? We did several times. We will make a video. We know who's the scammer. We know the bank accounts. We showed up at police station with the paperwork like this, and we was like, okay, this is a scammer. This is his address. We did everything. What did we get in return?
And this isn't to badmouth any organization. They just we get the same answer from law enforcement, especially when it has to do with some kind of virtual scam. Because for us, we're trying to expose it. But if we haven't actually been scammed, physically scammed, there's no crime committed yet. So they can't really do a lot about it unless there's actually a victim with proof. And we don't.
So have you thought about? Okay, I'm going to send this guy $500 or $200 just so I can show this law enforcement I've been scammed. I actually turned over money.
We did last week.
It would be, I mean, we did that last week.
We did last week, actually.
It's something you just have to roll the dice, and they're so hard to follow up with, and even if you do have cold hard evidence, it's like if they're overseas, even if you do have a case, like what are
That's true.
They're not going to be able to do a lot. So we, of course, want to be able to do more of that as our channel grows and our resources grow. But the more we can, hopefully, if we can just keep making viral videos so people are aware, and then if the scammers stop making money, then maybe they'll slowly start to shut down. That would be the ultimate goal anyway.
Yeah. So obviously if they watch your YouTube, they're going to get information. Is there any other website or something that they can do to get information about the latest scams that are going on?
Yeah, I mean, the government websites are always, I'm dropping the name of a couple of the main ones, but I know RoboKiller also publishes a lot of that kind of stuff. It's one of our sponsors. It's a great app that we use in our phone that actually blocks robocalls from your phone and wastes their time using like our voices in your phone, which is cool. Just Googling current scams, staying up to date on what's going on and the new methods that they're using, and just being extra careful no matter what.
Be always aware. Yes.
Yeah. And I can see like a small business owner or someone like that's not been able to get the proper loans, doesn't have the money coming in right now, has been shut down or whatnot because of the pandemic. And someone calls them and says, hey, I may have money for you. Boy, that's a very susceptible person.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely. And we actually, I'm glad you brought this up. It's so many scams you cannot remember them all. Another scam that's going nowadays because small relief loan for business owners, right? Small business owners.
Yeah.
And same stuff. They will call you. They will leave information like, hey, we're here to help. We're ready to give you between $2,000 and $10,000. How much do you need? Let's apply now through us. But they already, that is always a catch.
They'll raid your account. They'll get your social or whatever and raid your account.
They want your bank info. They want your social security number, and a lot of times they want remote access to your computer. That's pretty often with the Amazon scam, as well as anything Microsoft or Apple. If they send you to a link like helpme.net or TeamViewer, which are legit platforms online to remote connect people's computers, but they're using them to remote connect your computer and steal literally every piece of information you have. from your computer, and then they charge you for the service. So it's like a double whammy sometimes.
Oh, wow. Well, beware. And, I've had this mortgage company reach out and said I can refinance and get you a lower interest rate and all this stuff. Now after talking to you guys, I'm going to double check them. Double check.
Back. Yeah, exactly.
We're Larry and Rob Mandel, the brothers-in-law, here on Go Country 105. Do you have a legal issue you need help with? We want to hear from you. Find us on Instagram and send us a message. Then tune in on Saturdays at 8 a.m. right here on Go Country 105.
From all of us on the Brothers-in-Law Show, we want to give a big thank you to these sponsors who we've partnered with to help honor our local heroes and groups for going above and beyond for their community. We'd like to thank Ralph's, Whole Foods, Target, and Chipotle. Thank you for all you do in our community.
Art and Ashton, how'd you guys get into this? How'd you start this whole program you're doing?
That's kind of fell into it on accident. We, moved to LA over 10 years ago with dreams of being content creators, filmmakers, producers, actors. We had already been working very closely together before any of this happened, but it was in 2016, I was getting inundated with the IRS robocall scam on my personal phone. I just was getting, first it was a few times a month, and then it was like 6-7 times a day. I was getting so fed up with it. So just being an entertainer and wanting to have some fun, I was like, maybe I can get them to stop calling me if I answer one and record it and try to waste his time. I'm thinking, I'll keep him on the phone for 10 minutes. I'll have a laugh. I'll post the video. I had lightning in a bottle. I got a scammer on the phone. I had him on the phone for almost an hour. He got so upset at the end that I wasted his time that he went on a huge terrorist rant. He took responsibility for 9/11. He said he was related to Bin Laden, that he's going to come after me. And the video went massively viral. It was posted on Facebook and to date has been viewed over 250 million times. And
that's
so that
crazy.
That's a great story.
That launched us into the space. We had already been working together, so we started
opened Trilogy Media in 2016, but already have some success in the web series and selling to Roku. And then a few months later, we got this viral video, right? Like 250 million views, and we're like, all right, we have to do something. We have to. So, and little by little, so we start doing our homework and seeing how the big deal is.
And learning and then doing it our way. And we want to entertain, but we also want to do a good service, and we want to do it full time. So how can we make this work? And we just started, going down that path, working our butts off, and
put TV shows about scam together, put movie about scam together. So just bringing this scam, like it's trying to embrace on every single corner.
Cool. So are you going to make a movie then?
We started Kickstarter last year, and it's actually a TV show.
It's a scripted show. It's something we actually wanted to do long before any of this happened, but we kind of developed it to work with the tone of our channel. And so that's a scripted show that we got a Kickstarter. We have the best, like I said, we call them our squad, our family that supports what we do online. They help us.
Yeah, squad. You see, this is really
squad. They keep us going and give us all the support in the world. And so that's a scripted show. We also want to go to India and do a documentary about and meet the scammers face to face, the ex-scammers that we've helped, and try to pose it that way. So we have a ton of film projects, and as soon as this pandemic lifts, we'll be able to do a lot more with it.
Fantastic.
Oh, those are great ideas. Now, if they want to, if the audience wants to see you on YouTube, where do they go? What's the name?
Trilogy Media. If you search it, you'll find it. You can go to youtube.com/Trilogy Media. Same thing. If you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, you'll know when we post. We live stream multiple times a week, and we actually call scammers live and take ideas from the live chats and have fun that way and play games. And
we live through Monday to Saturday, every single day, again, with support of our amazing scam baiting community. We're able to stream every single day for 6, 7, 8 hours, call every single scammer until like, because when the schedule is over, they have to go soft, right? They have to like couple hours or wherever they going to sleep. So until no numbers answering, we're like, the job is done. It's a community safe. Let's go until next day.
Okay, listen. Before we start wrapping this up, I want to hear Art speaking in a different voice.
Yeah.
Do your Russian Vlad, speak in Russian and do intimidating.
Okay. Rob, my friend, I have something for you. You look a very, very, very sophisticated Italian. Do you relate to Sicilian mafia, my friend? Because if you are, I have a proposition for you. I have underground casino. Would you like to be my business partner on this?
Wonderful.
I'm sold.
Wonderful. Spectacular. But
That was
notice how he
great.
had to put on the gold chain before he could get there. You know? He had to get into character completely. All right.
All right. I think it's about time to wrap it up and say our goodbyes until next Saturday, Rob.
Oh, man. I'm having too much
sorry.
fun with Art and Ashton here.
Yeah, me too. And so if you've missed any part of our show or you'd like to hear us on our previous shows, just go to YouTube, brothersonlaw.com, or you can listen to us on iTunes or Podbean. And if you have a legal question or a show topic, call us and leave a message at 1-800-310-7113. That's 1-800-310-7113.
And a big thank you to all of our listeners out there. And we hope you're all staying safe. And we look forward to being here for you next Saturday right here on Go Country 105 at 8 a.m. And everybody, remember,
let the scales of justice tip in your favor.
The opinions expressed in the Brothers on Law show are for informational purposes only and are not a substitute for personal professional legal advice.